Film. Noun. Moving pictures. 1. Countable, especially British English, usually North American English. Movie. A series of moving pictures recorded with sound that tells a story, shown on television or at the cinema, movie theater. Let's go to the cinema. There's a good film on this week. Let's stay in and watch a film. A horror, documentary, feature film. A silent film, one recorded without sound. An international film festival. The film was shot on location in France. A film crew, critic, director, producer. The film version of the novel. To make, shoot a film. Serrated entries, showing films, TV shows. 2. Uncountable, especially British English, usually North American English. The movies, plural, British English. Also, the cinema, the art or business of making films, movies. To study film and photography. The means are responsible for film and the theater. The film industry. Compare. Cinema. 3. Uncountable. Moving pictures of real events, shown, for example, on television. Synonym. Footage. Television news film of the riots. The accident was captured, caught on film. In cameras. 4. Uncountable. Countable. Thin plastic that is sensitive to light, used for taking photographs and making films, movies. A roll of this plastic, used in cameras. A roll of film. A 35mm film. She put a new film in her camera. To have a film developed. Thin layer. 5. Countable, usually singular. Film of something. A thin layer of something, usually on the surface of something else. Synonym. Coat. Coating. Layer. Everything was covered in a film of dust. See also, cling film. Extra examples. Fast film is best for action shots. Fast film would be best for such action shots. He spliced the two lengths of film together. He was killed when the film stunt went wrong. His film credits as director include Mood Music and Rise. His film credits. The films he has made as director include Mood Music and Rise. I get my film developed locally. I get my films developed at a local shop. In the dark room, they found that only half the film had been exposed. She makes children's films. She thought the film was too violent to show to children. The books were covered in a thin film of dust. The film came out last week. The film contains explicit scenes of violence. The film depicts immense courage amid the horrors of war. The film has plenty of what film people call backability. The film managed to capture the mood of the times. The film opens with a bird's eye shot of London. The film stars Nicole Kidman as a nightclub singer. The film was finally released after weeks of protest by religious groups. The film was heavily edited for screening on television. The film was shot on location in Kenya. The news always contains several film reports. The scramble for the film rights to her next novel has already begun. There is a great car chase in the film. There was a fine film of sweat on her forehead. There's an interesting film on at a local cinema. They built a massive film set off an airport. They captured the incident on film. They've just started shooting a film of the novel. This film tells the remarkable story of a disabled actor. tyrannical Hollywood film moguls wrote their stars' lives. We stayed for the film credits to see who the music was by. We went to an awful film last night. A film about Nelson Mandela. A film about Queen Victoria. A film based on the novel by Charles Potter. A film dealing with old age. A film entitled Bitter Moon. A film from Spanish director Luis Eduardo Ott. A film recording the first parrot flight. A film with an all-star cast. A roll of 35mm film. Film taken by security cameras. The Star Wars film series. The film classic Fantasia. The film version of the best-selling novel. He directed his first feature film in 1994. Let's go to the cinema. There's a good film on this week. Let's stay in and watch a film. She wants to study film and photography. The film of water left by the tides shimmered in the sun. The leaves were still covered with a film of dew. There was a film of shoot everywhere. A film crew, critic, director, producer. A horror, documentary film. A silent film. An international film festival.